Chapter 11. Athena stared into Caleb's eyes, enveloped in an awkward silence as they slowly swayed back and forth. She tried to zone out, but it was hard enough having to see him again and work together. Dancing with him brought a strange sense of déjà vu as she remembered how safe she used to feel in his arms, the way he held her and made her feel at home. Now, however, this was a forced arrangement. To her dismay, she found that zoning out was impossible, no matter how hard she tried to. She could feel one of his hands resting on her waist, while he held onto her hand with the other. She swallowed nervously as the scent of his Burberry fragrance surrounded her, a reminder of their past relationship. When will this torture be over? Athena thought, blinking nervously as she accidentally stepped on his foot, making him softly groan in pain. "I'm so sorry," she softly whispered, backing away slightly. "It's fine," he replied softly, wincing a little. "You two!" the French instructor shouted, turning off the music and making everyone stop to look at her as she approached Caleb and Athena, her icy blue eyes fixed on them as her long, curly, dark brown hair bounced on her shoulders. "I'm sorry, did we do something, miss?" "Call me Yvette," she interrupted, cutting Caleb off. "Yvette," he sighed softly. "Did I? Or we do? You both look like deer in headlights," Yvette interrupted again. Caleb stayed silent, looking back at Athena. "It's my fault. I'm just not a good dancer," Athena admitted awkwardly, laughing a little. "Dancing isn't just about talent, it's about chemistry between you and your partner," Yvette explained. "I'm not supposed to be here, honestly," Athena said with a nervous chuckle. "No matter why you're here, you are here," Yvette continued, sighing. "You two are a good couple. I feel a bond between you, but your dancing does not reflect the strong connection I see." "Yvette, your dancing doesn't match what I see, and that saddens me," she said, a hint of disappointment in her voice. "It is such a tragedy to see here today." "We're only here because I need dance lessons," Caleb chimed in, attempting to lighten the mood with a soft chuckle. "Well, you two look like you're being held hostage. Look at each other and feel the music so it can guide you," she advised, placing a hand over her heart and smiling warmly at them. "That's all I need to do?" Caleb asked, furrowing his eyebrows. "You also need to look like you don't want to die," she replied with a playful grin. "I think I can manage that," he said, and Yvette nodded in approval. "Good. Now lean in closer as you dance, melt into the music, and gaze into one another's eyes," Yvette instructed, bringing Athena's hand and Caleb's together. "The eyes are the window to the soul, and you must connect through them while dancing." "I understand," he murmured as he held Athena's hand and leaned in, maintaining eye contact as they ignored their surroundings. "Everyone focus on your partner," Yvette said loudly as she walked toward her boombox. "Connect and feel the music," she added, turning the music back on. Athena stood in the middle of the room, arms folded, pretending that the polished floor and the sound of the music didn't make her feel awkward. Dancing was never something she was ever truly comfortable with, one of the very few things she could relate to Caleb. He approached slowly, as if he were just as nervous about startling her, and held out his hand. "Are you ready for this?" he asked. Her brows lifted. "As ready as one person can be." He laughed at that. "Let's do this," she breathed. He didn't argue, only waited patiently for her. Reluctantly, she placed her hand in his. His grip was firm yet familiar, too familiar. It wasn't too tight, but just enough to keep her steady. He moved to position her, his palm settling at her waist. The touch was tentative, almost clinical, yet the heat of it spread through her anyway. She fought to keep her shoulders relaxed, but her heart raced, desperately trying to ignore the rush of memories his touch brought back. "Left foot forward," they heard Yvette say. Athena listened, her eyes lowered, and they were fixed on the floor. Their steps faltered at first. She was too stiff, and he was too cautious and nervous. The rhythm between them stuttered. Their laughter, when it came, was brittle and brief, cut short by the realization that it felt so much like old times. They were both comfortable with one another, and they both knew it. As the lesson continued, the distance between Athena and Caleb grew smaller. The brush of his thumb against her knuckles, the steady pull of his hand carefully guiding her turns, and the unavoidable closeness of their bodies, all of it buzzed with the tension of things left unsaid. When she finally dared to be brave and look up at him, his eyes were already on her, studying her. The beat slipped, and her step faltered, but neither of them moved away. For a moment, the dance wasn't about steps at all. It was about the quiet, dangerous truth that attraction doesn't vanish just because love has ended. For the first time since they started, everything felt easier. Dancing with Caleb felt like floating on a cloud as they both refused to break eye contact. Her heart raced, but to her surprise, she was having fun as they danced without a care in the world. As much as she would hate to admit it if asked, she felt safe in his gentle yet firm grip, with one hand resting on her waist while he held her other hand. She began to smile at him, and quickly he mirrored her smile. Then, without warning, he spun her around, causing her to shriek and laugh as he pulled her back towards him, meeting his gaze again. As embarrassed as she slightly was, knowing eyes were all locked in on them, no thanks to her, she could feel herself feeling motivated. A small strand of his dark brown hair fell across his face. "We haven't danced together in a long time," Athena whispered softly, chuckling. "Yeah, it kind of feels strange but familiar," he said, dipping her playfully, causing her to laugh as he quickly pulled her back up. "Stop making me laugh before Yvette gets onto us again," Athena whispered, giggling. "I doubt she will get onto us. I think we found a way to use chemistry," Caleb responded as they both laughed. "I suppose we finally found our groove after all." Athena giggled. "Who knew? I totally thought we were done for." He grinned. "So, we do have chemistry after all?" "Yeah," she giggled and nodded. "I guess we have chemistry after all."